Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. Today we're gonna be live Car Chronicles. And this topic, I had to get it through my medulla oblongata because this one, for whatever reason, I struggle with this because I love to share joy. Like, I think that's not a love language, but if it was one, like, I love to be excited with people. Like, I love seeing people happy. But I had to learn through my own trial and errors that you have to move in silence, and not even in this way of, you can't tell people your moves, or it's always this like negative connotation. But I wanted to give a spin on it. A lot of the times when you're on this journey called life and you're going through all these transitions, there may be some things that you yourself have not even accepted. So, like, let's say you get this big job promotion and deep down you don't really feel like you're ready for it or worthy of it, and you like have these hesitations, which are normal, and you pick up the phone and you call somebody, friend, family member, whatever, and you're like, hey, I just got this job offer, but I don't really know if it's something I should do. Well, what's going to happen is that a lot of the time you'll call somebody and they have their own limiting beliefs and they care about you and they don't want you to be hurt or whatever. It's not always malicious. So they'll tell you, you got a good job. Like, why are you going to go do that job? I mean, it seems like it's going to be a lot. Like, I don't think you should take it. And now you're in a situation where you had this really big opportunity and you just had to expand your container to like accept that. But now you got this feedback and now it's taking you a step back. So sometimes it's better for you to accept the position, take the job, be there, get comfortable with it, and then you can tell people, hey, like, this is what I'm doing now. And you're at that point, you're confident in it. All my ladies, y'all know this. When we buy a pair of shoes, sometimes they're a little tight when you first buy them, so you have to wear them around the house, break them in, whatever. But now once they're broken in, now you can step out and you're comfortable. But if you ever bought like stilettos, like when you first get them, they're very, very tight and you have to break them in. And I think that's what I'm trying to say in regards to like moving in silence, because to be honest, the visions that are placed on your heart, they're on your heart. Not on mine, not on your mama's, not on your best friends. So sometimes you got to get in there, get used to it, get comfortable with it, be behind it, and then you can tell other people. Now, that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you have these big dreams and you're telling people who they're not dreamers. They're comfortable. They don't necessarily see the point in, stretching themselves, and they're going to stop you. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to start your own business? Why do you want to have a YouTube channel? Why do you want to travel? Like, you could just stay right here. And again, they're not bad people, but they're just coming to you from their limited understanding. Now, there are people in your life that you can identify who are bigger thinkers and who, when you tell them something, they will propel you and push you forward. Now, these are usually people who are genuinely doing better than you. So that's why you don't have to move in silence if you're in a circle or you're in an environment where people are ahead of you, because to them it's no big deal. Think about it. If you were in a circle of millionaires and you were 100,000-aire, they're not gonna be mad that you trying to get to 500,000. They're gonna be like giving you tips, kidding you, do it like this, trade this stock, buy this property, passive income. Like, they're gonna be telling you how to catch up with them. So I think when people say move in silence, where I always was confused is, okay, move in silence, and then what do? Like, I still, you want to talk to people. No, move in silence and then surround yourself around people who are genuinely ahead of you so that your next level is a no big deal to them and they will actually help you go forward. Another reason why I want to talk about moving silence is because if you mess up, it's no big deal because you didn't go and like broadcast, hey, I'm doing this big thing on social media. And I feel like that's another thing why people get messed up, is because they get a little, ahead, or something happens and next thing you know, they're on social media, made it, self-made, all of this, and just kind of boasting. And now something happens where a change in circumstance, and now you feel even worse because not only do you have to deal with that rejection internally, you now have people coming up to you like, oh, you used to drive a Benz, why you got a Kia? Or, oh, you used to work at this Fortune 500 company, why I don't see you there no more. Now you have to deal with that public shame. So moving in silence is actually a cure to public embarrassment. We all it's lessons. I don't even call them losses, but it's lessons every day. But the key is that if you live your life kind of even tone, not saying that you hide your accomplishments, but you just live your life even tone. It's like if a rejection come or something comes in your way, you're able to cry about it and move on, and nobody had to know. But the problem is we live in this social media culture where everybody got to show, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that. Listen, let me tell you something. As long as they forgiving these student loans and these stimulus, listen, it's always room for more. It's never enough. So you just have to be mindful of, of that trap. And I get it. And that's why I always tell you guys, take control of your mind. It is a garden. You have to make sure that you are watching what goes in and what goes out. And I think that moving in silence is so key, because you need to sit with yourself and come to terms with what it is that you're trying to do. Because sometimes God will put things on our heart that we don't need. I'm not even qualified. You know how many times opportunities came to me and I cannot even believe it. I have no idea how I even managed to get into that space, and I literally have to fall to my knees and embrace it, because it's overwhelming, especially if you're someone who you don't come from a background of money, or you don't come from a background of certain things, and all of a sudden you start getting pushed forward. It's like, whew, okay, let me embrace this, let me normalize it, let me deal with it before I can then be going and telling people. So I think it's important, as we crunch down, as you have your plans, move in silence so that you can execute properly. And once the execution is done, now you can share with those who genuinely want to know. But sometimes, I hate to say it, I love to think that everybody is great people, but sometimes not everybody has the best intentions. One of my mentors always say, when you're upset or you're going through something, don't even tell people, because half the time they're happy you're going through it. The other half of the time they don't care. So it's like, learn how to process those things, learn how to deal with your rejection and your wins. Sometimes we feel like you don't. Listen, you can celebrate yourself. It's okay for you to just be happy, I accomplished this, and fill your own self up. And of course, if people come into your life that want to celebrate you, welcome it. But we don't need that outside validation. Learn how to validate yourself. And I think that is the key on moving in silence and executing silently and taking your lessons in private so that you can show your wins in public. But this was just a quick message on my heart today. You guys know you're my babies. I'm so happy to be back and just to share these gems with you all. So let me know if you've ever experienced a situation where you weren't moving in silence and you had to pay for it. Let me know in the comments. Love you so much. LK Lifestyle. Bye.